831 Vibe. We're here with Jacob Sipkin, the founder and owner of CrossFit Monterey. Jacob, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Rob.
All right, so let's just jump into this. CrossFit Monterey. Tell us a little bit about CrossFit.
Sure. So CrossFit's, exercise program started in SoCal, California, right up the road from here. I got involved with it in 2005. Took a job on the East Coast back in 2007, and within about 6 months decided I wanted to open my own place, so came back here.
Why would you open a gym in Monterey? What was the thinking behind that?
I'm from Monterey, so I had the network. I knew people out here. I also knew there's a big military community, and CrossFit's very big with the military, so that's what most of our clientele, especially when we first started, was, but even to this day, continues to be primarily military.
What was that decision like for you? A lot of people think about doing their own thing, but very few people actually, make that leap. I mean, what was that like for you when you were thinking about doing it and then making the jump? What did it take for you to pursue that?
I realized pretty quickly I wasn't good at working for other people. I wanted to do things my own way. And once I'd made that decision, it was a little bit scary, but really, I knew I had to do it. It wasn't really a decision. It was simply I'd figured out what needed to be done, and I was doing it.
So you guys moved out here. How did you get started?
Started in a park. Larkin Park in Monterey, just by the DLI. We were there for about 3 months before we got kicked out.
How'd you guys get kicked out?
We were there one day, and some woman who worked for the Parks Department came and started yelling at us. It was pretty funny. She actually, accused me of charging people on city property. We weren't charging at that time. Everything was free. She didn't believe us, and everybody told her they'd swear in front of a DA. So that was fun. She didn't know what to do. But then we ended up actually in front of my parents' house in Pacific Grove for a while, and then we got our first location in Sand City.
Let's talk about Sand City. So that was your first actual location. What went into finding that location? Was it difficult to move from a park to an actual location?
The physical move wasn't hard because all we had at that time were some dumbbells and a few pairs of gymnastic rings. We found a place through one of our clients, a guy named Josh, who was buying some equipment at at All Around Fitness, which is an equipment supplier, and they mentioned that they were moving out of their warehouse, and he told us about it. So it wasn't really hard to get moved in, but part of what we do, especially with dropping weights, is tough with neighbors. So we had some trouble with that, but apart from that, no, it was pretty quick and clean. We were only in there for about a year. It was tiny.
So you guys outgrew that space quickly.
Yeah, very quick.
What did you do to get the word out about what you were doing?
Nothing.
So it was all word of mouth.
100% word of mouth. I mean, we ride the coattails of CrossFit as a program. I mean, now at this point, especially, the CrossFit Games, everybody knows about CrossFit. At that point, it was a little bit smaller, but because there's that big military community, and military is all about it, so they would just find us through CrossFit.com. We've put some very, very limited resources into advertising, and it never had any return. Newspapers, anything like that. So word of mouth, it's just people telling people about it and hearing through both about us specifically and about CrossFit in general.
Well, I know in the fitness industry there's a lot of competition too. So you guys must be doing something to distinguish yourself with the people.
The thing is we're not in the fitness industry, as it were. I tell people we're not in the gym business, we're in the training people business. We charge a lot more money and we provide a premium service. You go to, InShape or whatever, what they're providing is a facility. You sign a 6-month contract, and what you have is the right to come in and use their facilities. That's not what we sell to people. Their clientele is not our clientele. Their market is not our market. There's really no competition. It's just not the same thing.
So you find yourself growing and you're looking around for places. How did you find this place? This is a big jump from that last.
Well, so we actually had 3 facilities in Sand City. We had that first one, which was about 800 square feet, 600 square feet of training space. We had another one about a year after that, which was about twice that size. And then we had a third one, which was about twice that size. Outgrew them all pretty quickly. We found this place through we have a real estate agent who works with us. It was hard to find a place of this size in Monterey that actually fit our needs, but she told us about it, and we jumped on it.
And once you got to this location, was it pretty? Do you find that having grown, you get more clientele here?
Yeah, we've blown up, especially in the evenings. It's I want to say when we moved in here, we had something like 130 clients. Right now, we're close to 240, and that's been a little over a year. That was in June of 2012 that we moved here. And it's crazy. I mean, it's especially in the evenings. Right now it's empty, but evenings it's hard to move. So especially being in Monterey, right off Del Monte, definitely get a lot more just walk-in traffic and stuff.
Right. Where do you guys see yourself going? Because it looks like you guys are just blowing up.
We're not sure yet. The ideal would be to find an even bigger facility, but this is 5,000 square feet, and it's hard to find something bigger than that in Monterey. We could at some point open a second gym. We could, do something like Marina. I personally am shifting to the point where I'm mostly just working with competitive athletes. We have a competitive weightlifting team and a competitive CrossFit group. So that's mostly what I do. That's where my focus lies, is on creating champions in those sports. We have more trainers than ever now, so we have, a lot more programs that we offer. Just kind of continuing to grow the business and making sure we're offering the best services we can.
Let's talk a little bit more about the competitive aspect. So you say you're training athletes now?
Yeah, we do a little bit of work with, kind of traditional sport athletes, but most of what I do is I work with competitive weightlifters and competitive CrossFitters. So we sent a team to the Northern California Regionals this past year. I had girls finish in 10th and 12th, which isn't enough to get you to the CrossFit Games, but 10th and 12th place finishes in Northern California, which is arguably the hardest region for females. It was pretty solid. I've also had a couple nationally competitive weightlifters. I had a kid take bronze at school age nationals a few months ago. I had a power lifter, a girl, break all the records in her weight class about a month ago and win the national championship. So that's what I'm focused on, is creating competitive athletes.
What about you yourself personally? I mean, you've built a successful business up. What kind of personal goals have you set for yourself to keep pushing yourself?
For me, it's about producing athletes. I have one girl who's potentially an Olympic prospect in the future. So I want to create athletes in CrossFit who make it to and succeed in the CrossFit Games. I want to create weightlifters who can compete on the international level, go to world championships in the Olympics. And for me, I'm not much of an athlete. I'm a coach. That's what I do. So that's where I'm at, is I'm trying to produce athletes who can compete on the highest level in the world.
There's a lot of people out there that are working at jobs that are, have ideas, that want to try to live their dreams like you're doing. What advice would you give to them?
Do it. Just jump in. Don't put a toe in. Don't be scared of it. It's going to be tough. I mean, it's going to be really tough, but you have to do it. It's just, you're not going to be happy otherwise.
And let's see. Let's get some plugs in. How can if people want to do CrossFit, if they want to come down here and train with you, how can they get a hold of you?
CrossFitMonterey.com is our website. Right on the front page is our community class. Is a free class we offer every Saturday at 10. Best way to come check it out is to jump in that class. It's designed for people who have never done it before. Any age, any fitness level, this is absolutely doable for anybody who wants to give it a shot. Our phone number, email, all that stuff is right on the website, so give us a call or just drop in. We're open all day, Monday through Friday. So come check it out, come talk to us. We're more than happy to meet you and answer any questions.
Last question, this is one we ask all of our guests. This is 831vibe.com, so what makes CrossFit Monterey 831?
I'm a hometown boy, and I'm trying to help the community that I grew up in.
Awesome. All right, 831Vibe, that's Jacob Sipkin, the founder and owner of CrossFit Monterey. Thanks a lot, man.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Did you record that?
No.